Howdy YouTube. I got myself a different pickup here recently. This thing's an old 99 F-150. Has the 4.6 liter engine in it, which is what I was looking for instead of the 5.4 due to all the problems with the 5.4. And I wanted a little better fuel economy too. I just need a, run around beater pickup. I don't need something to pull with. If I want to pull with it, I'll get out my welding truck, But anyway, this thing has some really silly tie-down anchors in the bed. They just don't work. I can't figure out how to hook onto them. If I kind of wrap some rope around it or, get kind of creative, I can get stuff tied onto them, get ratchet straps hooked on or whatever. But in my mind, there's a whole lot better way to go. So that's what this video is. Hopefully a really quick video on the process I go through on designing a part and cutting it out on the CNC plasma table. And thought I'd bring you along for a ride. So yeah, now I need to go find my tripod because I don't know where it's at. I think I left it somewhere when I filmed my last hiking video. So yeah. So we'll go out of the doors into the heat. Freaking 97 degrees outside today. Black. Which is, I don't do well in the heat anymore anyway. I had heat exhaustion a few years ago. Just can't take it anymore. And yeah, but also considering literally a week ago it was 50 degrees for our high, so it went from 50 to 100 literally in a week. So, ugh. But anyway, enough whining. These are the tie downs. Can you see that? I cannot see that in my viewfinder. So these are the tie downs in the bed, and they're just really difficult to get a ratchet strap on there. The ratchet straps don't go in those little holes that are in it, and try to wrap something around that doesn't work either. It works good for rope, but not for ratchet straps. So one of the things I already have drawn are these little anchors that I made a whole bunch of for a customer. These are a few extra that I made. These are really nice. They're weld-on style anchor. So what I'll do is put two holes where those mounting screws are in this thing, and that'll bolt on there, and then I'll bend it out just a little bit so the top of this lifting, so the top of this, whatever shape you call this piece, just tilts out a few degrees. I don't know, 30. I don't think, let's see, I'd be more like 45 would be there. Yeah, somewhere around 30 we'll call it. So anyway, since I have this part drawn, I was going to show you just modifying this part, but I think I'm going to start all over just because I want to show you the process of how I draw this. Let's hop back inside. So this is Vectric Cut 2D Pro. That's what I use for drawing my parts for the plasma cutter. It's actually a two-stage process, I guess you could say. We make the parts in here, create the tool paths, and then we pull them in Mach 4. And Mach 4 is what runs the plasma table, but I'll show you all that here in a minute. So we're going to create a new file. So that's the whole size of the table. Don't need anything that big, but I just leave it that way. So the dimensions of this are, that is 4 inches that way and 2 3/4 that way. So we're going to make ourselves a box that is, let's go ahead and draw it that way. That'll be easier for me. And 2.75, nope, 2.75, and create that whole thing. And it's right down here. Ooh, tiny little thing. All right. And then I want a hole that is not this big. This is a 190. No, it's 1.1. So 1 inch, 100 thousandths. I don't need it near that big. I'm thinking, let's go 650 thousandths. I don't think I need a 3/4 inch hole in that. So find the center here, and we'll come down a little bit. 3/4. See how far did I come down on that one, just for comparison. That's 1.25 inches down on that one. I don't need it down 1.25 inches. An inch might actually be a little too much. There's 3/4. Let's just drop it at. It's not quite at 1.8, but close enough. Oh, diameter is completely wrong. And go 0.65. All right, so there's that hole. All right, and then we're going to draw a ellipsal shape thingy. Let's do this 4. Height is 5.25. Nope. 5.5. Do math in my head. There we go. There we go. Cut that off, cut that off, cut that off, and then we have the part. Doo-doo-doo-doo. It's almost the same shape too. What do you know? Okay, are you bored yet? All right, I'm gonna go measure some stuff so I can get some holes in this. Okay, went out and grabbed one of these anchors off and the 2 screws that go with it. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's about 1 inch wide, even though it's not, so that puts it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say they're on the 1/2 inch line, even though they're not. You know, drawing my own, what do I care where it's at, right? One to the other, that is almost exactly 2 inches. Okay, so that's nice. So they're right on the 2-inch line, and they are 300 or 290, but I'm going to go ahead and call it 300. Yep. That's a pretty small hole to drill with the plasma table. Okay, so circle, circle. So the first one will be 1 inch back from center, so that'll just be at 1 inch. That's easy. First one will be at 1 and 0.5, and diameter will be 0.3. And we will create that. And then we're going to say they're 2 inches apart, so 3. And create. And there we go. We are done. Choose those. Nope. Choose those. Choose those. There we go. Thank you. And make a tool path over here. We're going to be running, not fine cut, we're going to go ahead and kick it up to 65 amps. And I'm going to slow it down to 1/4 inch. I know it's not, but 90 inches per minute. And cutting that little hole, we're going to reduce it. I know it says spindle speed, but that's actually my travel speed on the plasma table, since it's not running a mill, it's running a plasma table. So I'm going to reduce it to run at only 30% of the normal travel speed on these holes. So I'm going to say OK, and bring that back. I don't have it pinned apparently. And that will be inside, and that will be, there's no way we can do leads in that, unfortunately. So yeah, starting up there works for me. I'm going to call that holes, and we're going to say calculate. We're going to close that. We're going to select the outside one, come back to tool paths, make a tool path. We're going to select this again because we got to change that back to 100% run speed, and it will be on the outside. And do I want it to cut that way or that way? It probably really doesn't matter. And leads, yep, I would like to do some leads. And let's see, I'm going to see if I can do a straight lead. And we're going to see if we can start at this corner down here and see what kind of lead it gives me with that. I'll go ahead and just call that outside. Calculate that. Yep, gave me a nice zip in this way out and down and off the table, so perfect. Alright, and then we hit save on this. Turned on the table. This is the torch height control box here. We'll open up Mach 4, load the TrueCut profile for the machine. It'll do its little magic here. Alright, now I'm going to run over to the plate over there and get lined up. Alright, I'm gonna move you now. Now I want to kick on the laser pointer. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm like right on that for X. I'm jogging just a little bit more though because I don't want quite that close to the line. There we go. So X will now be 1.8. And then I'm going to run over this way. Okay, now normally that would be 2.7. But I actually want it to be less than that. So I'm going to run and go to work 0. Okay, so now we're right on that corner of the plate. I'm actually at 3 inches instead of 0. So jog it back 3 inches and there we are. So this is what Mach 4 looks like. And we're going to go File and open our G-code file that we created earlier. And it's in, I put it in my welding truck. I'm working on a few things, a couple other projects on that that's hopefully coming someday soon. And I am shutting the torch height control off for the hole cuts, but I will turn it on when it does the outside profile. Most likely. I don't know, we'll see. I may just leave it off for the whole thing. When you're cutting holes, your voltage really goes up because of the change in the arc and everything. So if you try to cut a hole with your torch height control on, the torch just crashes into the metal. It keeps going lower and lower and lower. So you gotta shut that off. Okay, I did cover up that hole up there because I do have a downdraft table. So I'm gonna throw on my ears now and we'll hit print, I hope. Okay, so my plan is to let it cool down. I will take it out to the belt sander, clean it up, and then we'll bend it, and then I'll show you it on the truck, and then of course it has to be painted. So, lots more to do yet. It's all nice and pretty from being all belt sanded. I do have some ugly spots on it because I wasn't able to, do lead-ins, so the blowout is right there on the other circle. But if I do it this way and bend it out this way, most people, well, let's see. Yeah, I need to actually bend it out this way. I don't think most people would ever notice it. Most people probably never notice it anyway. But that's not the point. So I need to scribe a line on here real quick. Actually, I can do it like this. Not that you can see what's going on, but I can. angle. Okay, I think I like that angle. Go find my ratchet straps. We'll go ahead and screw this thing on real quick and give it a test fit. Got some nasty glare going on there, but hope you can see good enough. That's nice. Other direction would be better. Oh, wow. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Normally, if I was doing several pieces, I would have the computer figure out how to nest them and, you know, do all that stuff. But since I just have to do 3 more, you know, I need to do a test run of 1 and just do 3 more. I'm not going to spend that time nesting it. And also, I want to use that little piece up there. So I'm just going to hunt and peck here real quick. It won't waste that much time. Alright then, since you know, I've did 3 more here after they're sanded, I'm going to stick all 3 here in the press and do them all at once. It's a nice thing about doing stuff in, you know, volume is it literally takes the same amount of time as doing 1. And there we are. Okay, I'll get them painted. Well, that's not the color I thought we had. Started painting that, I'm like, that seems way more orange than what we were thinking the can was, so I don't know. I mean, it almost works, but that's really orange compared to this red of the pickup. I think we might go with a different color. I definitely cannot stand this orange. It is just way too orange. I thought it was going to be more of a rust color in the description of the can. Yeah, not what I envisioned when I was looking at the can. So I think is what I'm going to do is truck bed coating. Went back to the store. I actually went into a store. Yep. And they had this tan truck bed coating, so I think this tan will look nice in there. I was actually thinking about coating the entire bed of that pickup in tan anyway. That was actually in my mind. And look, even on the front of the can, it's a red pickup with tan bed in it. So yeah, might be what I'll do the whole bed. See if I like this stuff. Kind of expensive to buy in an aerosol can like this though, and they didn't have a, you know, just like a gallon can of it or something either, so I don't know. But anyway, I'm rambling. Boy, that stuff ran. That is the runniest stuff I have ever sprayed on. Oh, that was miserable. So, not a very good application there, but that'll be good enough for tie down points, I think. Now I got my dirty fingerprints all over it. Alright, that makes it super easy just to slip that tie down loop in there. That'll be awesome. Nice. Catch that in there. Catch that in there. Look at that. Tie that right down now. That's going to be awesome. Or, you know, go cross angles, across the bed, do whatever I got to do. That's awesome.